Montero and Torricelli are both fit enough to start. No room for Birondelli. Inter's coach Simone subscribes to the Hulit Viali school of thinking when it comes to team selection. He hasn't picked the same Inter 11 for 2 league matches running since January and has yet to do so at all for 3 in a row. Today, the Argentine Simeone, so crucial, you feel, to the midfield strategy, returns after suspension. He's in for Elias. Vinto is back to after injury, and the main supporting role for Ronaldo goes to Djorkaeff and not Zamorano. But how much will Inter miss the defensive guile, the experience and solidity of their captain Bergami? His ban today means that Frazee has the sweeper role instead, and how well he copes could be crucial to Inter's chances. The referee today is Piero Ceccarini from Livorno in Tuscany, one of Europe's most experienced officials. Well, you really couldn't have scripted a more compelling contest than this one. First and second in the Italian top flight, just a point between them with 4 games to go. The team with the best home record facing the side with the most impressive away form. And of course, a match that invites so many intriguing comparisons, not least Del Piero and the man in the picture there, Ronaldo. Perhaps currently the 2 most revered players on the planet. 60 league and cup goals between them. And capable of individual brilliance that at times can simply take your breath away. But certainly, Ray, the sheer magnitude of this fixture, with all the consequences surrounding the outcome, guarantees you will think an afternoon of high drama.
Yes, I would, Peter. Good afternoon, Pete. Good afternoon, everybody. I think this is going to be a real classic game, I've got to say. You have the ingredients here, 2 sides that are playing out of their skin, and there you see Mr. Ronaldo in your picture, possibly one of the greatest strikers on the planet up to now. Superb pace, a great finisher, and on the other side you have Del Piero. The comparisons will be obvious, but in Del Piero you have not only a great finisher but a great creator as well. It's going to be a very, very interesting afternoon.
Here's Didier Deschamps, the Frenchman. Off goes Inzaghi. Wearing protective cover, Inzaghi, for that cut lip he sustained in the match against Monaco recently. It had 24 stitches in the wound. It caused him to miss the game last weekend. But he's back in the lineup today. Amoruso standing down. Here's Zidane. Again, such an influential, potentially such an influential player for Juventus. Zidane with the cross. Here's Inzaghi, far post. And we all remember, Ray, that incredible start by Juventus, Lippi's team in the first meeting between the 2 teams. But you did feel if they don't score, Inter will come back, and so they did.
Yeah, no question, Peter, but you can actually see that as soon as the kickoff was made, the Juventus side wanted to press. They wanted to put the Inter side under a lot of pressure, and they're going to press. They're going to press all over the field and attempt to get that ball back as quick as possible. But then, if you're pressing high enough up the field, you do have a lot of space in behind you, where that man Ronaldo is possibly one of the quickest forward players I've seen for a long, long time, and he's always going to be a threat from the counter-attack.
Here's Delivio. Well, one back by Deschamps. It's Taribo West to cut it out. Now Zanetti. The form guide is pretty even, really, although Inter's recent run has been the more enlightening. 6 Serie A wins in a row now. Simone, the coach, has no fears regarding Juve's awesome home record. There's less pressure on us here than at the San Siro, is how he regards it. This is Djorkaeff. No hit Ray, though, against Torricelli. Vinter has a task of picking up Zidane. That has meant there's no room in the team today for Sartor.
I think you only have to analyse the sort of players that are sitting on the bench. You have Conte, Pecchi, Amoruso, Fonseca for Juventus, and then Zamorano, Canu for Galante for Inter. You know, both sides are packed out. The squads are absolutely fantastic.
Off goes Zanetti. Positive run here by the Argentine. A good tracking back from Delivio.
What a contest that's going to be. Delivio is absolutely fantastic at tracking people back. Now, he's going to have his work cut out to track this guy, Zanetti. Zanetti, the number 4, the Argentinian's a wonderful player. That really will be a confrontation to look after this afternoon.
Ronaldo with the corner kick. Simeone on that near post. Not a lot of height in this Inter team in the absence of Bergami and Sartor. of course, Galante, who's only just coming back from injury. That was Colonnesi with a back pass to Pagliuca.
That's very interesting. I was just watching that. Del Piero was the man that was putting Pagliuca under pressure there. He actually sprinted 80 yards there to get to that ball. A lot of people just talk about the skill that these guys have, but you just watch how hard they work. They work very, very hard. They've got tremendous pride in their own performance, and the sort of distance that he travelled there to actually shut Pagliuca down was fantastic.
This is Montero, who had been a doubt because of injury today. Away by Taribo West, but only as far as Delivio. Interesting comparison, Delivio and Moriero on the other side. Moriero, who is currently keeping Delivio out of the Italian squad.
Yeah, I think Moriero's probably got a bit more pace than Delivio. He's in top form. Delivio's a bit of a jinking winger. We used to call him the old jinking Jimmy Johnson winger, and I think Delivio's a super player. Moriero is probably just a touch more direct.
The corner forced by Inzaghi. Moriero, of course, scored 2 breathtaking goals for the Italian team in their win over Paraguay in the week. Giuliano, who's come up from the back along with Montero. Here's Delivio then with the kick. Only partially dealt with by Colonnesi, but Pagliuca is there. 4 clean sheets in the last 6 in Serie A from Pagliuca, who was left out of Italy's squad for the Paraguay friendly, but remains understudy to Peruzzi, the man at the other end of the field. He has confirmed that the coach this week. Buffon, of course, featured in the friendly in midweek, as well as Peruzzi. Spoiled for choice, aren't they, goalkeeper-wise?
They are, and they've got some tremendous goalkeepers. Buffon is quite exceptional for a young man. And, obviously playing for Parma and doing well this season. His confidence will be sky high.
Here's Del Piero. That also applies to him. He's been so buoyant lately. He's having a cracking season overall. 30 goals from Del Piero this season, the same tally as Ronaldo. Here's Delivio now. Strong challenge though by Zanetti, but at the expense of a corner kick.
There we see the confrontation once again. This time Delivio getting the corner kick off of Zanetti. But I think we're obviously going to draw comparisons to Del Piero and Ronaldo, the 2 centre-forward, the forward players. But I'll just leave it there for a sec.
Delivio's corner. Now Pasotto, will he have a strike at goal from here? Didn't really get hold of it. Simeone to clear.
I was about to say, but if there's a better creative midfield player in European football than Zidane at the moment, then I haven't seen him. He really is a player that's in fantastic form.
But he has reserved his best performances for Europe. Often has disappointed in league games, Zidane. There's West, doing as he did in the first game, Zidane. He took him off in the second half and brought on Fonseca. Simeone, he was missed by Inter last week. He's the link man between midfield and attack. Off goes Delivio. Zanetti chasing back with it. Great tackle too.
That's a game in itself, them two. They're going to have a great afternoon, those two guys, and both very, very fit fellas. They're going to have to be as well. What a start to a game. Good grief, they're really going for it, these two lads. And I think Juventus are playing in the manner that we expected them. They're pressing all the time, they're pressing all over the field. But they don't press individually, they press as a group. And that's why they win. There we go again, 3 of them around that ball.
Delivio. Frederick is through pass towards Inzaghi. That was Colonnesi policing him. On by Fresi. The silicone protective mask he's wearing there, Inzaghi. That very painful injury sustained against Monaco.
That's very uncomfortable to wear that as well, Peter. I don't know whether that would be quite restrictive, that.
He's been in really a rich vein of form too before that injury, Inzaghi. 7 goals in 6 competitive games. Because Del Piero, this time Taribo West was covering. West, who's on international duty for Nigeria against Germany in the week. This was Kanu, who's on the bench, as Ray was saying, for Inter this afternoon. That was Torricelli. Then Winter. And Gadavids. A fantastic first half in the first game between the 2 teams. Absolutely everywhere.
He's been brilliant, Peter, since he's been with Juventus, hasn't he? He's had a new lease of life. Didn't really hit it off at AC Milan, but since being with Juventus, he's been absolutely fantastic at Gadavids.
This is Pasotto. Read it on for Super Pippo Inzaghi. Though Inter haven't succeeded too often in Turin down the years, only 8 away wins over Juve in 60 attempts. They triumphed 3-0 here in the Italian Cup last season. They're having to defend now against Torricelli with that typically surging run. Plays with such buccaneering style down the right side, Torricelli. He's been deployed as an out-and-out defender today. With Montero and Giuliano. This is Giuliano now. His first call up for the Italian squad in midweek. He didn't feature. He got in ahead of Negro.
He's done exceptionally well since he's come in for Ferrara. He's really worked very, very hard at his game, and he's looked a super player, Giuliano. Big, tall man, but good feet as well. Nice technique.
On by Coe. This is Fresi. Resting on his shoulders yesterday with no Bergamy in the team. Bergamy, who collected that yellow card last week, cost him his place in this vital game, and he was bitterly disappointed, as you would expect. He won't be watching too easily up in the stands, Bergamy, because he finds it really hard to watch teams attacking his beloved Inter, as Juventus will surely do today. Simeone. It's Joker, then Aaron Winter. Just returning after injury, Winter. He's had a good season under Simone. And now it's Davids on the break for Juve. Zidane alongside. Del Piero making an angle run ahead of him. Still Zidane. Just couldn't force his way through. It was solid defending by Fresi.
Terrific defending by Fresi. Zidane's very, very quick. He moves the ball very well as well, and that was good defending by Fresi. Zidane's a very dangerous man at the moment, playing in the top of his form. Very interesting from a tactical side. Edgar Davids playing on the left-hand side with Pesotto, trying to block up that right-hand side of Inter, where Moriero has been so clever this season, and doing it to great effect at the moment.
Here's Winter, the Dutchman. Now West. Two highest scorers in Serie A this season, 119 league goals between them. Juve 62, Inter 57. That was Joker, a little too casual though. Davids came flying in to regain possession for Juventus. The league leaders by just a single point. Juve on 66, Inter 65. Here's Inzaghi, trying to turn Fresi. Interman held it down illegally. Fresi hasn't had too many starts, certainly in the sweeper role this season, with Bergamy playing so well. He's rather lost his identity, Fresi. Being pushed up into midfield a fair amount over the past year or so. Delivio's free kick. Zidane didn't really hang for it. Well, the pacey start to the game we anticipated. Juve in search of their third Scudetto in 4 years, their 25th in total. Inter's last league title came under Trapattoni back in '89. Two outstanding Germans, Matthias and Bremer. Pesotto to Zinedine Zidane. He had some space here. Zidane with a shot that's cast down by Fresi.
Good defending from Fresi as well.
But now Pesotto still threatening for Juve. Winter's interception this time. Here's Cohen. Now Simeone. Argentina in midweek. Over the Irish.
Been a great start though, Peter, hasn't it? Both sides really going for it. There's Mr. Ronaldo in the middle of the picture there. Hasn't touched the ball yet, but we say that many, many times, and the first time he normally touches it, it's in the back of the net.
Pesotto. So often late on in games too from Ronaldo. Has a habit of scoring in the last 15 minutes of matches. So Del Piero clashing with Taribo West.
Yeah, the crowd are giving West a bit of stick because Del Piero's held his hand out to shake his hand, and West has pulled his away, doesn't want to know.
He's thought better of it.
But even that was a token gesture. That's out of order from West.
Here's Montero, the Uruguayan international. Some leaning there. Caronese on Inzaghi. Inzaghi with 15 goals in the Serie A this season. It's been a really potent partnership that he's formed with Del Piero. It is Del Piero now, tumbled by West. He was looking for that one.
Well, that is a foul, and I think West actually needs to score a few brownie points, especially after that tackle that he made on Andre Kanchelskis. And every time that he touched the ball after that, West, he was slaughtered by the supporters of Italian football. And his actions already in this game aren't the most pleasant.
Juventus, remember, with the best home record in Serie A this season. Overall, they've only lost twice in the league campaign. Here's Del Piero. And a dangerous ball whipped in. That was Simeone. He managed to head it away.
Fabulous header as well. Beautiful free kick in there from Del Piero. Whipped the ball into that near post area. And Simeone, not the biggest man in the world, but what a fabulous defensive header.
Indeed, two very disciplined defences on view today. Only Lazio have a better defensive record than these two. This is Torricelli, then Giuliano. Spin then by Del Piero, then he ran straight into Simeone, and it'll be Inter's free kick. He needs to be strong today, the referee, in such a fierce, kinetic atmosphere.
Yeah, I think the referees in big games such as these really do need to be very strong in their own mind, what the game plan's all about, and as do players.
Here's Ronaldo, away from Deschamps.
Up to now, he's having a good game, the ref.
Winter. Offside against Coe, I think, who ventured forward there. A lot of pressure on referees in Serie A these days. During the past couple of weeks, it's been so intense. The two referees who took charge of games involving these teams on Sunday have been rested for the remainder of the season after making the Italian FA consider to be glaring errors. Here's Zidane. Goes Del Piero in pursuit. Del Piero, who played alongside Vieri in the week for the Italian team. That seems to be Maldini's preference at the moment.
That's not a bad front two, Peter, is it? We had the pleasure of seeing Vieri play for Atletico Madrid there against Lazio a couple of weeks ago, and he really did look a top-class centre-forward. And to have a partner, and the smaller partner in Del Piero, one of the most creative players playing in European football at the moment, what a good couple.
By Moriero in week two. It's a good combination, Moriero and Del Piero. Here's Davids, who's hoping to force his way into the Dutch team in time for France 98. Easy.
He's making a case for it, I think, as well, Davids. Every time that we've seen him play, especially on Channel 4 football, he's been absolutely superb.
It's an overcast afternoon in Turin, around 20 degrees the temperature. Full house, of course. Tickets sold out about a week ago. This monumental fixture on by Ronaldo. Moriero's flick, now it's Davids. It's Martin Coe. Pasotto now. Put on for Inzaghi. There's Coe back defending. Works very hard, the Frenchman. And, the Italians are amazed he's not in the French squad at the moment. Certainly his teammates at Inter are baffled by his non-selection. Ginola of Newcastle, the way he's playing at the moment. Can't catch the eye of Rijeke, the coach of France, officially anyway.
I think obviously coaches worldwide have their own views on certain players, Peter, and no matter what other people say, they're strong enough to keep their own opinion.
My opinion was that he played for Newcastle, but it's wrong, of course. He's gone to Tottenham.
And I would have to say as well, having watched David a couple of times this year, he's probably the best player I've seen for a long, long time in this country. I think he's been absolutely superb.
The offence here on Ronaldo. Ginola was absolutely outstanding yesterday for Tottenham against his old club Newcastle.
I think Mr. Ronaldo can expect a bit more of that treatment, it has to be said, this afternoon. This is within his range. I think it's 45 yards, this one, Pete. He's your hero, isn't he?
This week. I'm very fickle,
as we know.
Ronaldo more interested in this kick. So yet again Wilkins has got it wrong. It's Djorkaeff, away by Montero. So who's the best player in the world at the moment for you then, Ray? Paul Moody, perhaps? Or?
Well, I find it difficult to say about best players in the world, because obviously there are great defenders, great midfield players, great forward players, and it's always the forward player that gets the accolade. But we are fortunate, I think, in world football to have some great players.
This is Zanetti making good progress again down this left side. Torrizzi with a watchful eye on the ball. Zidane. Tactical battle so far. Here's Simeone. Ronaldo almost hit full flow. Vigilant defending though by Juve.
Yeah, read it very well indeed, Giuliano there. Pesotto come in, his first touch wasn't good enough, bounced away. And as Ronaldo gone in it, Giuliano had read the situation very, very well, got across and covered his teammate.
Jordan, of course, watching the game with us today. Let's get a quick view, Joe, from what you made of the early phase.
Well, you can see how important the game is to both clubs there, Peter, especially with the respect that Juventus have given to Inter. They're playing slightly different from what they normally do. They're not pushing forward as much as they did in the game in the San Siro in December, and they're staying back there.
They're on the back foot now against Ronaldo's blistering pace. Peruzzi with a bit of a miscue, really. That one really bobbled nastily for him. But it's Del Piero. Then Davids to take it on. And Winter to win it back for Inter. Taribo West. Now Djorkaeff. Given away too carelessly. Edgar Davids. This is Del Piero. Faced by Crazy. Zaghi in the box, so is it out. Still Del Piero. Oh, fantastic goal. That is absolutely breathtaking.
Got to say, he totally missed kicks on his left-hand side, but he has the presence of mind when it comes back, and he finally finds it at his feet to just push it into the far corner. What a fantastic goal there from Del Piero. Pretty evident as well, his man-to-man marker in Taribo West had just made a marauding run down the right-hand side of the field, got out of position, and with Inter exposed at the back, this man is just a genius of a footballer, wonderful player. There he goes, miskicks it with his left foot, but he has the presence of mind. Look at that, what a finish. That's a great finish.
Such quick feet from Del Piero.
Ah, that's wonderful, wonderful. He just does not have a prayer there, he cannot save that. Brilliant goal.
31 for Del Piero this season. His 21st in Serie A.
What a season he's having. He's a tremendous player. Only a young man, 23 years of age, but a brilliant, brilliant footballer.
The ball stemmed from that mistake upfield from Djorkaeff, who gave the ball away too cheaply. West was left stranded. And Del Piero has cashed in, and how? The opening goal of the game.
It's very intelligent football from Del Piero as well, making the most of his marker disappearing out of an area. And when you're playing against man-for-man marking, it's always very pleasant when you do get that little bit of respite in a game. And when Del Piero got it, he made the most of it. It was superb.
The goal coming just before the midway point in the first half. Simeone to Zanetti, the two Argentines combining. Del Piero 1, Ronaldo 0 so far.
So far, yeah, I'm sure the rest of the lads on the field would like to think if Juventus won, Inter 0, but what a great game, what a great occasion, and it's really living up to all expectations.
Well, before today, Inter were the only leading Serie A team Del Piero hadn't scored against. He's put that one right. A truly brilliant individual goal. Ronaldo has been penalised. Too many fouls. Of course, that one was a tug on Edgar Davids. And a reprimand for the referee, Piero Ceccarini. Here's Ronaldo. Good block. Great tackle by Montero. And Simeone to treat the situation for Inter. There's Giuliano. Coe. On to Moriero. Hasn't seen too much of him in an offensive fashion so far.
No, that's where I think Juventus have the upper hand at the moment. He isn't being able to play because this man, Davids, is around his feet all the time. He will not give him any time in which to run at this Juventus defence. And with Pessotto out there as well, another sharp player, it's going to be tough for Moriero to get into his normal flow.
Inter's free kick, Moriero to take. It's Coe. Now Arendt Winter. Here's Zidane. First touch wasn't a good one though. It enabled his compatriot Coe to slide in. Here's Ronaldo. Immediately confronted by Torricelli. A wild challenge on Ronaldo.
I don't think there's too much wrong with that, Peter. I might be proven wrong once we see a replay of that, but he actually reads the oncoming challenge there from Giuliano. Yes, it's a foul from Torricelli, but I don't think there was anything malicious there. Ronaldo seems okay.
Yeah, caught him there.
More obstruction than anything else, I think. A bit of a body check. But a dangerous situation, nevertheless, from Juventus' point of view.
You just don't like Ronaldo.
I think the world of the chap. I think he's a wonderful player.
He's hovering now. Here is Ronaldo. Oh. Not a bad try.
Very casual there, wasn't he, Peruzzi, the way he just walked across the goal, as if to say, well, that's going over the top. Look at the dip at the end of it. My word, that was a very good free kick there from Ronaldo.
He's thinking, if Wilkins doesn't rate him, what do I?
And I think Wilkins thinks Ronaldo is a wonderful footballer, as everybody else does, I'm sure.
Edgar Davids. Setting off in typically determined fashion. Here's Zidane. Oh, great turn by Zidane.
No, that was fantastic.
Pessotto.
What a brilliant piece of football that was from Zidane. Wonderful, wonderful skill. He's a big man, but he really does have all the technique and skills.
Pessotto. And well collected by Paliuca. Well, we were looking at this selection of Simone's beforehand, Ray, defensively. No Sartor in the lineup. He preferred Taribo West against Del Piero. Sartor's such a quick defender.
Yes, I think that's when you're looking for a man-to-man mark, I think that's a vital commodity that they have to have, and they have to have a bit of pace. They have to be sharp, and Sartor is very, very sharp. We saw that the one thing possibly that Tibero West has in his makeup is that he loses concentration, and when they scored, he had disappeared. And he wasn't man-to-man marking Del Piero. When an Italian marks him man-to-man, they just stay with him. They don't bother. When the ball disappears, then that's his job done. As long as Del Piero doesn't score, then Sartor would have been absolutely delighted. But Taribo West wanting to join in the play, disappeared, left his man-to-man marker, and now Inter face an uphill battle to get back into this game.
And he certainly had a wretched time, really, Taribo West, in his last two games against Tikhonov, the Russian, in the UEFA game, and then against Oliver Bierhoff for Udinese last weekend. And Bierhoff, right on cue, has just scored for Udinese against Roma today. So he joins Ronaldo on 22 goals in Serie A this season. The German international Oliver Bierhoff.
Brilliant season he's had, hasn't he? Absolutely incredible. For one of the less fashionable clubs, to score that amount of goals is a remarkable tally in Italian football.
Going to Milan, as he's confirmed this week. I think Udinese were too pleased to hear that confirmed.
No, they must have been chuffed with that, Peter, mustn't they? Great little battles going all over the field here. That's one of the best, I think. Di Livio and Zanetti, that one seems to have cooled off for the last 5 minutes, but it's there festering under the surface. Some really good battles.
Here's Joker. That's one just beyond Crazy, who was more or less unattended there. Where did he sneak in from?
Yeah, if you see Torricelli's reaction when that ball came in, Torricelli's reaction was hands on his head. I left him. I let him go. And Crazy really should have done a bit better with that.
Brackley with 10 clean sheets this season. Pagliuca has 12. The numbers 1 and 2 in the Italian setup. Pagliuca, of course, was number 1 before Peruzzi took over. And 4 years or so in pole position, Pagliuca. Zidane. Another exquisite little flick then from the Frenchman. Here he is probing again. Very nearly released, I think it was Inzaghi. Play by Colonnesi, only as far as Torricelli. And then Zidane failing to keep the ball in play, but he's such a thoughtful distributor of the ball around the penalty box, Zidane. You really can't relax when he's anywhere near the 18-yard area.
Yeah, you're right, Pete. He's got tremendous vision. He not only is a good goal scorer, but he's got great vision to pick out a pass. And anybody giving him any sort of run, he'll have a bash to stick it through for him. He's got tremendous range of passing.
Third in both the European and FIFA World Player of the Year awards. Zidane. Ronaldo, of course, won both. Now, what's happening here? This is the Inter bench. Just reflecting on those awards, Ray, Del Piero was 19th. Can you work that one out?
Not really, Peter, no. No, I can't.
You were 18th.
I wish.
Here's Pessotto. West against it, have lost his bearings there, but Winter was able to help him out. Here's Diego Simeone. Going to be a key man for the Argentines in the World Cup. Moriero, hoping to be a major force for the Italians. Although Maldini this week refused to confirm that anyone was a certainty for his squad, not even Moriero, after his dazzling display against Paraguay.
So when you come to big games like this as well, Peter, you get these massive games, and both coaches pick sides they think are going to nullify the opposition in certain areas, and they normally come to one-to-one confrontations. Now you've got the two wide players, Zanetti on the left-hand side for Inter, and Moriero on the right-hand side for Inter, are both being actually taken out of the game, one by Di Livio and one by Pessotto and Davids on the other side, and consequently they're getting nothing going into the box, and they're no threat whatsoever at the moment, Inter.
This is Davids. It's a super run. Hustled there by Coe.
This is a man in form, this chap. Look at this, look. Good defending from Coe. Just kept his eye on the ball.
Very determined, the Frenchman. And off Pessotto for the throw. Juve defending very deep with their back three. So they haven't really had the chance to counter-attack.
When you look at this game, Peter, it's almost a warm-up for the World Cup, isn't it? You see how many players we've got out here that will be taking part in what should be an absolute spectacle in the summer. They're all over the place. Every nationality represented, and some really top-class players.
Off goes Torricelli. Broken up by Zanetti. Now Giuliano. Deschamps. Di Livio's chip to Deschamps again.
Beautiful football.
Captain the French team in midweek, Deschamps. This is Del Piero. Good ball into, it was Pessotto almost on the end of it. Well played, Coe.
Yeah, brilliant football from Coe, Pete. Unfortunately, he's given the ball away there, but that was tremendous covering there.
Zinedine Zidane. Now Di Livio, they haven't really closed Zidane down sufficiently, you feel. Inter is certainly tugging the strings. Montero. Zidane again. No one in sight. Edgar Davids. Twisting and turning, Davids. Didn't quite get hold of the shot. Easily blocked by Frazee. Now Zanetti. 12 minutes of the first half remaining. Juve with the lead thanks to that wonderful goal from Alex Del Piero. This is Frazee. Wanting some movement ahead of him, Ronaldo has made a run. This is Simeone. But he turned back into Zidane. A little sluggish then, Simeone. Colonnese. Clashing with Del Piero. Free kick to Inter.
Yeah, just a touch late there, Del Piero, but working hard to get back in the game and help his teammates out. I think that's the thing at the moment when you look at this Juventus side. They work as a group, they work as a team, and they all funnel back to help each other.
Zanetti.
Well marshalled also. You saw that clearance there, I think, from Torricelli as it was cleared. The whole of the back four pushed up.
There's Frazee with a foot in on Inzaghi. We're in trouble again there for a moment. Inter. A rather nervy first half from them. They won 9 times away from home in Serie A this season. 9 out of 15. It's a very impressive record. But of course, Juve is so strong in Turin in particular. A year now since they last lost here was when Udinese overcame them. In the league, that is. They were beaten recently by Lazio in the cup. Although in fairness, they did have an understrength team out, if you can call it that, Juve, given the strength and depth of their squad. Zanetti rolled on to Simeone. Again, the Argentines linking up. Now it's Ronaldo who'd come deeper. But he's easily dispossessed by the hard-working Deschamps. What a great ball that is too. Inzaghi down. Colonnese just nicked it away from him. Vital challenge by Colonnese.
Quite right, Peter. Never trusted his left side. What a pass that was from Deschamps. Beautiful ball with the outside of his right foot. And really, Inzaghi should have taken that on his left-hand side.
Juventus the better team and deservedly in front. Deschamps.
That's a good pass. That's a super pass in there from Deschamps. As a midfield player, that's the only pass he had on at the moment. He was being shut down and really should have expected Del Piero to be facing up there for a 1-2.
Now Djokovic. Simeone. Couldn't find Ronaldo though. Now Delivio.
They're a terrific team, Juventus.
The pace unrelenting. Djokovic on towards Ronaldo, who's upended, but nothing wrong with the tackle in the eyes of the referee.
I think he's playing well, the referee, I've got to say. It's a very, very difficult afternoon for the referee, and I think he's handling the situation very well. He's picking out the ones that are fouls and the ones that the players are making tough for him because they're diving all over the place.
He's not worried about egos, is he, the referee? He's penalised Del Piero and Ronaldo. Winter. That was clearly obstruction by Zinedine Zidane.
Yes, it was, and it was to break up the pattern, the flow of pattern as well that Inter might have created there had that ball been played through.
Moreira way down the right side with a lot of space, maybe for the first time in this first half. They've shut him down on every opportunity. Here's Moreira now. Here he went to Juventus a few seasons back with Cagliari. And that didn't come off. Juve went for Delivio instead. Montero and Giuliano maybe going for the same ball there. It could be costly. Djokovic!
Once again, Peruzzi just walks across the goal as if he thought that was going over from the start, but that was a strike from Djokovic. Once again, not hitting the target. A good header from Ronaldo. First touch is superb. And the second touch isn't bad either, but Peruzzi seemed to have that situation sorted out. Can't really see it myself, but he knows better than me.
We'll all go along with that. Djokovic, of course, the match winner in the first meeting between the teams back in January. Ardent Winter. Oh, that was Moreira challenging there. And they got themselves in right of tackle at the back, Juventus.
Yeah, a lot of people will probably give Pessotto a black mark on his name there for that header, but really Peruzzi's got no chance whatsoever of getting that ball. And if he'd have stayed on his line, he'd have walked out and picked it up.
For once, Ronaldo wasn't waiting to pounce. Zagi's mistake. Here's Colonnesi. Simeone. Good anticipation by Basotto. Now Coe. This first time has really flown by. Taribo West. Managing to ward off Zinedine Zidane. Fresi. His 10th start in Serie A this season. In for Bergamy today, remember? Starts were showing from Edgar Davids.
There's a lot of this booking business going on again, isn't there? All the players holding hands up to get people booked. I think it's an absolute nonsense, I've got to say. He went for the ball, it is a foul.
Yes, we saw it last week. The game against Udinese with inter-players imploring the referee to show a red card. Against Valori, I remember, the Udinese defender. Just won't let him turn, Ronaldo.
No, they've played him well. They've played him very well.
Here's Ronaldo now. There's that pace. And having found himself in that position, he really should have scored.
He is so sharp, this chap. He made it himself. He played the ball, got the return, like a flash went into the box. They did very well in actual fact, the Juventus defenders, not to pull him down, and there he just squeezes it past the upright with his left foot. But my goodness gracious, he hasn't had a look in at goal. As soon as he does get a sniff, he threw that hole like a bolt out of hell. It was terrific.
The acceleration was certainly phenomenal there. One momentary lapse in concentration from Juve, and he was in. That's the measure of the man, but so often he tucks those away.
And this is what they've done so often this season, Inter. They've been under the cosh for long, long periods in games. But when you have a man with the qualities that he's got, then they're always going to be a threat.
And scored his customary goal last week, of course, late on against Udinese with a free kick, Ronaldo. Although it was with Pineda in goal, the man who'd come on after the Turchi, the goalkeeper, was sent off. I think Pineda's last game in goal was with the Boys Brigade.
And I think this is why Juventus are putting up this, or keeping up this relentless pressure on Inter, is the fact that they realise that probably with Ronaldo on the other side, one goal just isn't enough at the moment. They need that second goal to give them that little bit of a cushion.
Deschamps to Edgar Davids. Fierce challenge on Coe. Oh, he's claiming he's won the ball, but it seemed to be a reckless challenge by Edgar Davids.
It wouldn't be a foul here, Peter, I've got to say, but in British football, but it is a foul in Italian football. He's very, very tenacious, this chap. Very tenacious.
He will now be suspended for the next game, Edgar Davids. Flaw in his game, really, Davids. He does get booked too often. That's down to the nature of his game.
Yes, it is. He's a hustle and bustle type of player. Gets close to people, makes tackles.
Moriero's free kick. That was Torricelli. Just over 3 minutes of the first half remaining. Arlen Winter. That's too long for Djokovic. Again unhappy with his clearance, although it's found Inzaghi.
Brilliantly taken from Inzaghi as well, leaping up and cushioning the ball on his chest from a great height. Very good skill.
Free kick to Juventus, who've taken 41 points out of a possible 45 in Turin this season. 13 wins and 2 draws from their previous 15 here. It's a fantastic record. Zidane, who's been so instrumental for them in this first half. Now Delivio. Inzaghi calling in the box. They've got Del Piero in there too. Deschamps. Went straight into Simeone. Now it's Djokovic. To Coe. Here's Ronaldo. What by Deschamps?
Yeah, lost it and got it back. Good play there from Deschamps. Shouldn't have lost it in the first place, but worked very hard to win the ball back.
Didier Deschamps hoping for his 6th league title in 8 seasons. 3 in France with Marseille, 2 with Juventus. Is it going to be another one this year? Here's Montero.
That's not bad, is it? Hey, what a team player he is, Deschamps.
Davids. The early ball for Del Piero. This is Delivio. Del Piero. His goal divides the two teams. What a goal it was too. With Manchester United this week, Del Piero. This is Delivio. Juve are on record as saying they're very keen to retain his services, and Del Piero himself says he's in no hurry to leave. Zidane. Stopping passes with Del Piero. Zaghi, again good screening by him, lovely touch too for Del Piero, trying to wriggle his way through. Taribo West stood his ground, and the referee offered no sympathy.
He lost him again though, great run. He read that Inzaghi was going to get that down, and he read the back heel off like a shot.
And so is Ronaldo here. Good tackle from Deschamps. That was brilliant, magnifique. Davids pressing again for Juve. What way there's some industry out there from these committed players.
Well, I think that's, you know, we often talk about the abilities that these players have, but my word, they really have worked so hard. That's both sides. That's not just the Juventus side who are leading 1-0. That is both sets of guys have really worked very, very hard. And I think for once the referee's got that one wrong if he's given that a foul to...
No, he hasn't. No.
He hasn't. That's been a great contest, that one. That little individual duel there, Delivio and Zanetti.
Ronaldo now was gifted to him. Djokaev going for goal. The block was from Montero, and a crucial one for Juventus. That's a pretty wretched defending.
Yeah, they gave the ball away in a very poor area, Juventus. But as soon as that ball was lost to Ronaldo, my word, they got some players back behind it, and they played very narrow across the 18-yard box and made it very tough for Inter to break through.
We've had a minute of stoppage time. I can't remember any, really.
No, the game's it's been quite frantic, Peter, hasn't it? I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It's been played at a tremendous tempo. And I think that's something that we all like to see in a game of football. It really does sort of whip up the afternoon. And when you've got the skills of these guys, it really does make for a very good game.
Angelo Delivio. Then Montero.
What a pass that was, outside of the left foot, just scooping it over the top of Montero.
Almost arrogantly finding Basotto. The referee has now blown the half-time whistle. It really has zipped by the first 45 minutes. Juve with the edge at the halfway stage, thanks to the goal from Alessandro Del Piero just before the halfway point in the half. It really was a terrific finish to earn him his 21st goal in Serie A this season. Is it going to be enough to beat Inter? We'll wait to see in the second half. Join us for that. We're back in a couple of minutes from now.
The Giuseppe Meazza Stadium, home of one of the giants of the world game, Milan. It's no coincidence that since the arrival of a young Franco Baresi at the club in 1977, Milan have won 19 trophies. That's out of a total of 36 won by the club since they were founded in 1898. Baresi won just about every honour available at club level, but after 531 league games, he called it a day at the end of last season. There were, of course, other significant factors in the Milan success story. In the 80s and 90s, the club attracted not just the best Italian talent, but also the best in European football. But the constant factor was Baresi, the ever-present defensive rock on which Milan's phenomenal success was built. And he became a renowned figure on the world stage, unusual for a defender. But he's got the medals to prove it. 81 caps for Italy, 31 as captain. 3 World Cup appearances. 6 Italian league titles. 3 European Cups. And 2 World Club Championships. And it'll be a long time before any team matches Baresi, Milan's extraordinary run, set 5 years ago, 58 games unbeaten in Serie A. As a defender, Baresi had speed, technique and positioning, using those skills to anticipate danger and close down attacks. He could also be tough when he had to be. Although Baresi didn't play in the 1982 World Cup winning team, former Juventus defender Antonio Cabrini remembers the impression the young Baresi made on him.
He influenced players, not just his own teammates, but the opposition as well, by his presence on the pitch. And that is what makes the difference between a good league player and a world-class footballer.
Baresi's World Cup record is impressive, but ultimately unsatisfactory. 1 semi-final, 1 final, but he never picked up a winner's medal. The closest he came was in the 1994 final in Los Angeles.
I'd been injured, so I had no idea I was going to play in that final. I'd hurt myself during the second match, and just 18 days after my operation, Sacchi was brave enough to play me. It was a great risk, but my knee was strong enough until the end.
Few now remember how Baresi and the rest of the below-par Italians held out against Brazil for 120 minutes. Instead, it was Baresi's failure from the penalty spot, which sticks in the mind.
We had terribly bad luck with the penalties. And they, of course, will always remain a very sad memory for us.
Baresi had shown himself to be all too human. He played on for 3 more seasons, winning 1 more championship with Milan, before deciding at the age of 37 to bring his career to an end. The Milan fans were never going to let him slip away quietly. And Baresi's send-off at the San Siro last October was a memorable night.
Yes, it was a good event, and I was lucky that so many great champions, colleagues against whom I fought a lot of battles, shared this emotional occasion with me. Gullit, Van Basten, Rijkaard, Ancelotti, Donadoni, and also many other foreign stars I played against over so many years. It was a great evening, seeing all those people who've shown me such love, and all those Milan fans.
Baresi even abandoned the defensive principles of a lifetime, making a dashing run into the box, with impressive results.
The goal couldn't have been better, even if we'd planned it. It was a wonderful moment, because I've never scored that many goals. So that was the icing on the cake. It was great for me to score at my own farewell match.
And just how seriously was he taking the game right up to the end? Well, he showed he'd lost none of that old bite. But then came his time to leave football for good. A moment of great emotion.
I'd hoped I could resist, but I couldn't hold out any longer when I reached the stands. But I guess it's natural to have those feelings, because these people have always loved me, and they've shown me their love.
But a professional's never ready for retirement.
Certainly it's not a nice feeling, but unfortunately we can't stop time. You have to appreciate that your life is about to change, your whole way of life. And that's why I tried to prepare in advance. Luckily, I have the chance to stay in the game, and that will definitely ease the pain.
The Milan bond won't be broken. Baresi will now devote his time to developing the Milan youth talent. For such a pragmatic footballer, it's interesting to hear Baresi's views about the youngsters now in his charge. Technique, tactics and preparation have their place, but it's just as important, he believes, for coaches and players to see the bigger picture. Baresi's not interested in producing robots.
I'll try and give my advice to these guys, all trying to become champions. I want to teach them that it's not important just to be a good player. It's also important to be a good person off the pitch. And that's showing respect for others, being able to be part of a community, to think about other people. These boys here at Milan have the luck and the ability to progress in a sport like football, which can be so rewarding. But they have to know that it's not easy, that the road is very long, and that they'll meet plenty of obstacles. They have to know they should not give up, and they must study at school as well as play football, because only a few players become champions. They should know that getting to the top isn't easy.
On his retirement, Milan took the unique step for them of also retiring Baresi's number 6 shirt, giving it a place of honour in the club museum. Of all the tributes he's received in his long career, maybe this meant the most.
It's been a great honour that Milan have wanted to repay the enormous affection and respect I've always had for the club by putting my shirt there. So no one else will ever be able to wear it. It's a real honour for me.
Will he miss it?
Yes, of course. I wore it for so many years, I'll always be attached to it.
Ronaldo bursting through it, you're going to need to be very, very tight there.
Zaghi having now discarded his protective mask for that facial injury.
Got to be careful, Davids. That's yet another foul coming up. He goes to ground rather a lot, Davids.
This is Benoit Coué. Victor. Certainly picking up Zidane early on, but Tuchel lost him for the latter part of the first half. Zidane was running the game. Here he is again now. He's by Fresi. They're playing Colonnesi to win possession back for Inter. Ronaldo, first touch was good. Colonnesi, they kept going forward. Free kick to Inter. Zaghi, pushing his right ankle.
Yeah, that was when Fresi stepped out the back. He's got on the end of Zidane. Poor pass. Here we see it. Just comes through and stands on the ankle of
Colonnesi, wasn't Colonnesi?
Oh, it's Colonnesi, excuse me.
Exactly, an excellent anticipation by Colonnesi. Seems to be a fixture in the team these days. It's only a substitute for the first meeting back in January. Zaghi himself, of course, wasn't a regular in the early part of the season, but very much a first choice now.
Well, they are sport for choice, aren't they, a lot of these sides? When you think, you know, you have the likes of Fonseca on the bench, very talented guys. Amoruso's on the bench. So in both sets of players, you've got tremendous competition all over the place. I think that's why you get this standard of excellence.
Ronaldo alongside Djorkaeff. Here is Ronaldo. Just tipped over the bar. By Peruzzi.
Nicely done from Peruzzi as well. He just made the save. You see a lot of people in the acrobatic sense when they normally make these saves. Here we go. He just walks across, does his job and stays on his feet. Well done.
The save you'd expect him to make. But he had to get his angle was right nonetheless. Away by Montero. This one has gone anyway in Juve's favour.
Yeah, an offside flag, I think, Peter.
Inter, number with 6 straight wins behind them in Serie A. Although 5 of those have come at the San Siro, including the Milan derby. This is Zamorano. Maybe Simone is contemplating bringing him on. He started last week with Djokovic on the bench. The Frenchman, of course, coming on to score the breakthrough goal. It was only 10 minutes from time. Udinese made it really hard for it to, as of course Juventus are doing today. Struggle between the two. A race joined by Lazio in recent weeks, but they've more or less faded from the picture now. It's Colonnesi with Inzaghi.
He's in the wars, this young chap, isn't he?
He's rather fragile, rather frail, isn't he? But certainly quick, and he has a real eye for goal, as his tally this season bears testimony. Both clubs, of course, aiming for double success at home and abroad. Inter playing Lazio in the UEFA Cup final in Paris on May the 6th. And Juventus taking on Real Madrid in the Champions Cup final in Amsterdam 2 weeks later. Marcello Lippi hoping to be the first Juventus coach to win the league and the Champions Cup in the same season. And he's on record praising his Juventus players this week, Lippi, saying they deserve a monument erected in their honour for all they've achieved under him in the past few seasons. They're aiming for their 10th major honour in 4 years this season. Moriero. It's Djokovic striding through the middle. Who's back defending? Delivio.
Yeah, tremendous, isn't it? As we spoke in the first half, the work rate that they put in is absolutely incredible. That actually stands out from this Juventus side is the team effort. Obviously they do have great individual players playing for the club, but the team effort, everybody works so hard for each other, and it's pretty apparent that is how they set their club out, what great results they get from it.
Zanetti with a throw for Inter. Djokovic. It's a goal kick. The display of Yuri Djokovic. Certainly isn't an automatic choice in the U18 these days, such as the fierce competition for places. Refer though to Conte and to Birondelli really with the switch around, the tactical change. Torricelli coming in at the back. He could have played in midfield. Played off by Inzaghi to Zidane. Now Del Piero. His tackle. Davids. Not too many options in the centre, only Inzaghi here, far post. And he couldn't hook up with Zinedine Zidane.
No, he might have done a lot better there, Peter. He got onto it very well, but the final pass was very poor.
Yeah, maybe Marcello Lippi will think about putting on Amoruso in place of Inzaghi. Been his most effective this afternoon. The injury clearly won't have helped.
I don't think that's helping him at all. Obviously, if you're having to wear something protective anyway, that's not the most comforting sign. But I think it has affected his performance.
Simeone. Another fine block in by Deschamps. Still Inter pressing forward now with Moriero. Far too casual.
His confidence has been ruined by the presence of Pesotto all afternoon. Pesotto has marched in superbly well. Moriero has been in fantastic form, not only for Inter, but for Italy also. But coming up against this young chap Pesotto this afternoon, he really has now to look in.
Those two amazing goals from Moriero to crown his full international debut in midweek against Paraguay. Taribo West against Del Piero. That was Colonnesi upfield. Middle cushion header by Torricelli. Then Delivio. Zidane to Delivio again. He's away from Zanetti. Inzaghi's got near post. Del Piero behind him. West had time to clear and didn't do so very effectively. Deschamps. Alessandro Del Piero. Deceiving West. Still Del Piero. Now where's he going? Is Frazee. He seemed to catch Del Piero in the face. It's a rather exaggerated protest from Del Piero, but he clearly caught him. So now the front two both have a facial injury. What do you make of that, Ray?
I didn't really see that too well, Peter, but I didn't see too much in it, I've got to say. Just two guys going for a ball, and I didn't really see any elbow come up or anything there.
Wasn't really worth asking you that. Thanks anyway.
Here we go.
Inzaghi. West was in trouble. Frazee to the rescue. He bailed him out there. West is really struggling at times. Maybe the occasion has got to him, I don't know.
I thought a lack of awareness there from Inzaghi. He had two guys supporting him, one on his left, one on his right. I think he might have been better off picking one of them out.
Zanetti. Didn't play for the Argentines in midweek, Zanetti. He's not featured in the last two, but he is in the squad for the Brazil match coming up this week. This is Coe now, flying down the flank for Inter. But to no avail. Well, it's perhaps deflected there. Yeah, it's going to be a corner kick.
Interesting now that Ronaldo isn't taking them. Ronaldo is the one that's been taking every corner kick. Moriedo gets that job now. Ronaldo in the box. Substitution. Zamorano there, Moriedo says.
Yet Moriedo going off. He won't be taking the corner. On comes Zamorano, who is certainly a threat in the air. Djorkaeff taking the kick. And down goes Peruzzi to claim the ball just in front of the line. There was controversy last week. With an effort, he kept out from behind the line.
I think it was Zamorano who gets the header on that one, Peter. That was a great ball in there from Djorkaeff. I couldn't really see who it was that got his head on it, but it's a good save from Peruzzi.
Simeone, that will give heart now to Inter. Here's Ronaldo. Walked by Giuliano, and Davids was after him as well. And a dog after a bone.
Rather heated confrontation, huh? It's getting a little bit naughty now at times. I don't really know what Ronaldo expects. He's probably one of the most feared strikers in world football. Of course they're going to pull him. They're going to pull him back.
So Giuliano will miss the next game as well. Suspension for him now. Clear tuck by Giuliano. Davids, who remember is also out of the next match, is the other Juve man in attendance. I think that's Colonnesi down injured. Zanetti just having a word with the referee.
I couldn't see during the game really for what that was, Peter, why Colonnesi is on the floor.
Well, Birandelli is going to come on in place of Montero. Oh dear.
My word, he's taken one, hasn't he? Let's hope that was just a clash.
La Juventus sostituisce il numero 4 Paolo Montero con il numero 15.
Here it is Birandelli.
I think we'll probably see Torricelli go central and Birandelli play wide on the right-hand side, I would have thought.
Montero feeling the effects of a thigh injury, I would think, sustained against Piacenza a couple of weeks back.
He's had a good game, Montero. It's a shame for Juventus that he's had to go off.
Such a good reader of the play at the back. Birandelli, though, has played in most of the league games this season. Inter's free kick, little skirmish going on.
That's the sad state of affairs. We've even got Pagliuca has run the length of the field.
And the referee quite rightly saying, what on earth are you doing here? Yellow card for Pagliuca. Well, this is so foolish of the goalkeeper. He's run the whole length of the field to get involved in something that's nothing to do with him.
I could just get a bit of that lip reading there. He's actually saying to Torricelli, I'm the captain, I'm entitled to be here. And it is a true fact. In Italy, the captain carries a lot of weight, and the captain is the one that is the communicator between referee and side. So, in many, many ways, Pagliuca does have a right to be there.
Well, maybe Juve might be unsettled by all this. Or can they hold their nerve here against this set piece? Taribo West making a nuisance himself in the box. There's a lot of activity in there.
Oh my goodness gracious, look at it.
Amazing scenes.
I think if there's one team that wouldn't be unnerved with that sort of carrying on in world football at the moment, it's Juventus. They seem very, very well focused.
Here's Coe. We'll see a picture of him down the right side now, with Moriero having gone off.
There's Coe wanting his fellow countryman book now. It's a foul, but that's all it is a foul. Nothing malicious about it.
Djokovic will float this one over with an hour gone. Ronaldo waits in the centre. In goes Taribo West. Also with Simeone.
Fantastic quality on the ball in again. Brilliant ball in. That gives your forward players and defenders every opportunity. Djokovic with a wonderful ball in there. I think it's Taribo West finally gets ahead of it and puts it past the upright of Baruzzi's goal.
He was on his way out there, thought better of it, retreated. So he was back in time, had the header been on target. Simeone and West both arriving far post. That was Aron Winter. Here's West. Chased up on too long for Ronaldo. Away by Giuliano. Here he is again now. Juve's most improved player over the past year, according to his coach.
Birindelli's just taken up the central position of Montero. He hasn't moved out to the right-hand side. We see Conti coming on now. Ex-Juventus captain.
It's Davids making way for Conte.
That's Inzaghi, is it?
Inzaghi going off.
I think he's been affected by this big lip of his. I think he's taken a nasty knock there, and I think it really has affected him. I think we'll see.
Zidane push forward now?
Yeah, I think so, Peter. Yeah, I was just about to say, I think Zidane will push forward, and Conte will just slop into a, might be a 4 now in the middle of the field. A real 4, real rigid 4 there for Juventus.
Birindelli, as you were saying there, playing the central role. He's not familiar to that. Here's Conte. Seems to be out of the picture at the moment, Conte, with the Italian national squad. Which is a little surprising, right?
Yeah, I think he had a very nasty injury, Conte, Peter, didn't he? And it takes players long periods of time to get back to the sort of playing conditions that they were in before. And I think that's done with Conte. Conte came back with a burst and really did perform very well. But then there's a slight lull in their performance. He may be in the middle of that, you never know, but he's still a super player.
Good turn then by Didier Deschamps. Here's Davids. Spreading the play to find Pessotto. Del Piero. Now Pessotto with a chance. Oh, Del Piero furious with Pessotto for squandering that opportunity.
Yeah, I think he is, but I think he wanted the ball crossed. But I would look, if there's a replay coming up, I think you'll see that Del Piero's in an offside position anyway. And Pessotto, in my mind, was right to take it on. I don't think that Del Piero would have passed there. I think he'd have had a shot. So why not Pessotto have a bash?
He's never scored in Serie A for Juventus. His only goal was for Torino, the touring club. This is Davids hobbling away in anger. And a yellow card. Zamorano is the man cautioned.
Well, that's a foul. It's a late tackle, and that's a bookable offence. What Davids does, he goes to the floor and he gets up again.
Zamorano didn't play for for Chile in midweek. He's the Chilean captain. He skipped that one against Colombia. 2-2 draw.
Didn't fancy it, or?
Just given leave of absence. I'm sure he'll be around for the World Cup finals. It's about front two with Salas, is it?
Yeah, very good, isn't it? Very, very good. Not the biggest, but certainly very, very mobile and talented.
Salas, of course, is going to Lazio. And we've got news of Choi in a moment. They won up to Pavel Nedved at home to Parma. So important goal there for Lazio. Remember, in third place.
He pops up with a few goals, doesn't he, old Nedved? My word, he does.
Yeah, that's 11 now in Serie A for him.
That's terrific.
And a few in the Cups too.
For a midfield player, and he more often than not plays wide on the left-hand side as well.
Off goes Davids. Crazy with the tackle. Who's robust. Oh, here's Davids again. Too long for Zidane. Del Piero. Off Coe. And a respite for Inter. It's all of their own making, really. They got themselves in a bit of a mess at the back.
Far too casual. Didier Deschamps with beautiful defensive work there. Set that up for Davids. Davids on his old swinger of a right foot. Zipped it across the box, and it was unlucky it wasn't in the back of the net.
Zidane. That's Davids. The ricochet off Simeone. Delivio. Juventus still shading this game thanks to Del Piero's goal in the first half. Inter aren't really threatening them. Let's see what Coe can do here. Staying at the cul-de-sac, really. Inter throw. Really need to step up their attacking options now, Inter, if they are to save this game, and even that may not be enough. It would leave them a point behind Juventus with 3 to play. This is Elias coming on for Vinter. That may be a defensive role today. So Elias, who's been starting the games recently. Vinter preferred though on his return after injury. So Elias, another Brazilian, of course, and taking charge of this situation. Now he's left it for West. Now he is taking it. Not a bad ball either. It was almost onto the head of Simeone. He does sneak into the very useful positions in the box. Got a real flair for goal, Simeone.
A terrific ball in, but good marking there from Binindelli we see coming out of the box. That was really good marking. Got very, very tight to him, didn't give him a sniff at that. And a super ball from Zelas. The top two in Serie A, they haven't finished in the first 2 places in the top flight since 1980. Inter, who won the Scudetto that year, have taken only 1 since then, of course. Jokev. Here's Simeone. Now Zanetti to keep it flowing. Elias. Picking out Taribo West. Zamorano in the middle. An awkward header. They were outnumbered there as well. Taribo West getting forward very well. They're ball in the box. Zamorano over the top, but coming round the back of them with Simeone coming right round the back. I think they were 3 against 2, and was their advantage there in Inter's favour.
Scored here for Inter last season, Zamorano, and their 3-0 win over Lippi's team in the Italian Cup. Colonnesi. Now Delivio. This is Davids. Delivio again. Basotto out wide. There's Conte arriving in the middle. This is Zidane. Good save. Kaliuka's reactions were exemplary there.
Brilliant save. Great technique there from Zidane on the back post. Superb volley. Got a bounce just in front of him, but Kaliuka did exceptionally well there to keep that out. My word, the ref's getting involved now.
Clashing with Diego Simeone as tempers flare. Elias trying to act as peacemaker there and calm it all down. Well, now Colonnesi. confronting Delivio.
This time Pagliuca being the old peacemaker. Oh, what's going on in this game?
Zamorano having to hold Colonnesi back. Yellow card for Simeone. Only just back from suspension. He's actually managed to curb his behaviour a bit better in recent months, but there.
Well, Simeone went for Davids. Davids had a little kick back at him, it has to be said. I don't think the referee saw that one.
He had half a dozen sendings off last year, Simeone, the club and country.
A shame if this game blows up because it's been an enthralling contest. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's been very good, and let's hope the football prevails.
And not over yet, thanks to Pagliuca's fantastic stop from Zidane. There's Giuliano. Off goes Ronaldo. Torricelli denying him a sight of goal, but then it's Zamorano and Ronaldo. He's got the ground.
But it's obstruction. It's a definite obstruction anyway. I've got to say, Peter, that's the closest thing you'll see to a penalty.
Zidane. Played it for Del Piero. Crash in the box. And this time he has given it. Look at the fury here of the Inter players. They felt they could have had a penalty at the other end. It was certainly obstruction. But now Del Piero has been tumbled, and we think, it's hard to tell, but we think he has given a penalty.
Well, I think he has. The reaction of the Inter players tells us that he's given a penalty. He's sent Simone up to the old box there. He's sent him off the touchline. And all hell's let loose at the moment, but
yeah, Simone, the coach, has definitely been ordered away. Lippi trying to appear calm. Here's West, but it was very, very clumsy on Del Piero.
Well, I'd have to say I thought both were penalties, Peter, if I'm perfectly honest with it. And obviously coming so soon after the Ronaldo incident in the other penalty box, as Ronaldo pleading with the referee. I thought his was a definite penalty, and I've got to say the one on Del Piero is a penalty as well. Awful defending from West.
And Juventus have the chance now to steer this game beyond Inter. He can restore order. Pagliuca still protesting. And we feel here in the commentary box that Inter have a case.
Here we see it coming up. Birindelli missed kicks. Ronaldo toes it past, and that's got to be a penalty kick.
At the very least, it was obstruction.
Yes, it was.
There was little attempt by Giuliano to play the ball. He was so frightened by the blistering pace of Ronaldo. He charged into him.
And then when the ball was
away.
Yeah, quite right, Peter. When the ball was transferred to the other end of the field, it was a great little pass from Zidane into the box. Del Piero towed it past this man, Taribo West, and it was an awful challenge. Very, very clumsy. Del Piero was actually going away from the uprights, and he still pulled him down. I wonder if we'll get this taken.
Well, there's been so much pressure on referees, as I was saying earlier. And it's been underlined again today. What he's had to go through here. Referee Piero Ceccarini. Del Piero will take the penalty kick. He's been wandering around, just trying to compose himself now.
Everyone I've seen him take has been taken to the goalkeeper's right-hand side. Del Piero's left, the goalkeeper's right. Will he change?
So much responsibility now, resting on the shoulders of Gianluca Pagliuca in the Inter goal. Can he save this penalty from Del Piero? He can! Some may feel justice has been done.
Well, I've got to say I would be one of those to agree with that, Peter. Yeah, I thought the foul on Ronaldo was the first incident, and that should have been a penalty. That was a definite penalty. So we can't really take anything away from that one, but that was a penalty. I just thought Del Piero lost his cool a little bit with that one. He normally pushes them into the corners, but that one he blasted, and Pagliuca was equal to it.
A lifeline for Inter. Thanks to Pagliuca's save from Del Piero. It certainly wasn't a convincing kick from the man who's normally so lethal in front of goal. I really think I wonder will this have on Inter. Suddenly they're back in with a chance again.
Here we see it once again. He elects to blast instead of push it. Straight down the middle, and Pagliuca does well with his legs. And a good follow-up. I think it was Colonnesi that followed it up to boot it clear. What an atmosphere.
Everything still to play for. This titanic struggle in Turin. Taribo West, who gave away the penalty. A dreadful challenge on Del Piero. No one will be more relieved than him. I think he's had a nightmare this afternoon. Zelius. So often Inter have saved indeed won games in the second half of matches. And so often Ronaldo, of course, has been their saviour. Yeah, that glorious chance in the first half, remember Ronaldo. Will not rule out another one coming his way before the match is over.
No, you can't, Peter. He's so fast, and it looks as if he's fired up for this one as well. So I can't think what's happened here. Has Simone come back down again? No, he sent someone else away now.
I think he'll be sending the crowd home soon.
We've had it all, haven't we? It's been a good afternoon, hasn't it?
It certainly has.
It's tough for referees. They have to make decisions on split-second, a choice of whether it is, whether it isn't, and of course it magnifies the whole thing when you go up the other end and you actually have to give one. So it's very difficult for these guys.
One Italian politician even suggested a referee should be brought in from overseas for this game, to avoid any suggestions of Italian match officials showing bias towards certain Serie A teams. As Ray Wilkins often shows bias towards Italian teams, according to your correspondent, Mrs. Foote from Plymouth, who keeps writing to you.
Yes, I had a very...
Has she been in touch again?
Mrs. Foote was in touch with me once again, yes, and she said she thoroughly enjoyed the game, and we're pleased that we could present that second leg game between Lazio and Atletico, and I'm pleased she enjoyed it. Have a nice afternoon, Mrs. Foote.
She was a Plymouth fan, wasn't she? You invited her into the dressing room so you could have a foot in both camps, I remember that.
We were hoping that they might have beaten Gillingham yesterday.
Meantime, here is Zidane for Juventus. It's flashed past that far post. And behind for the goal kick.
That's been a highlight of the afternoon. Some fantastic quality from wide areas for free kicks. Djorkaeff for Inter, and there's Zidane for Juventus.
Zamorano. There's Koe. Djorkaeff up to Koe again. The desperate tackling there by Juventus.
Ronaldo range, one would have thought. Zelius can whack these from here, but Ronaldo's the man. He just comes into the picture now.
There's a foul by Conte, or maybe Conte shot.
I think I think Deschamps was the foul. Coad actually got away from Conte.
Well, nothing is impossible for this man, Ronaldo, the World Player of the Year. A little scuffle going on. Colonnesi, who's placed himself in the wall. I think he was the man who ducked last week when Ronaldo scored his goal from a free kick late on against Udinese. Colonnesi looks as if he's wearing a shaving foam on that chin.
He's obviously got a nasty cut there, Peter. To actually have a bandage like that on it, it must be a pretty nasty wallop.
One or two little spats going on in there. Colonnesi arguing the toss with Didier Deschamps. Here is Ronaldo. I'll tell you what, that was travelling.
He really does hit him with a lot of power, doesn't he? That's the third one he's hit this afternoon. Two past the right upright, and that one going past the left upright. Here we see it. Tremendous drive. I think that's wider than we actually think there, Peter, that one.
15 goals from Ronaldo in his last 15 games. Half his goals for Inter have come since February.
That's a tremendous return, isn't it?
But a blank afternoon for him so far today. So far, being the operative words, 12 minutes still left for Inter to equalise, maybe turn it around. throw for Coe. There's Pasotto's flick.
Yep, I've got to say that's a red card. That one is off. That's a Zerleaus there. He's got involved in every little skirmish that's gone on since he's been on the football field, and he went for Deschamps there, and he led with his elbow.
It was a very nasty challenge. Well, he's not doing his case any good by his reaction now. That was a terrible challenge.
Wow, that's awful.
You really don't like to see that on a football field. It was sinister.
I've got to say as well, Peter, there's no way on God's earth that he's going to get away with that. And to actually put his team now down to 10 men by doing that is absolutely ridiculous. Because now, with the quality that Juventus have in their side, only playing against 10, it's going to be a very, very tough or tall order for Inter to get back into this game.
He's lost his cool there completely, Zerleaus. It was poor old Didier Deschamps who took the brunt of it. And the wrong man. Joe Jordan's views. Sorry to interrupt you there, Ray.
No
Joe
problem.
watching with us today. Joe, what do you make of the match now and Inter's chances of saving it?
Well, even from the start of the second half, I've looked at Juventus and they've approached it in a more cautious way, and it's really prevented Inter Milan getting anything to Ronaldo. You know, if you look at Ronaldo's contribution today, other than the chance he had in the first half, which came from a free kick, the nearest he's got to scoring the goal has been from free kicks. And really, I think you've got to put that down to the homework that Juventus have put in, and have really stopped the ball getting through to Ronaldo. But even with the time that's left, he is the sort of guy that could still get something out of it.
Thanks, Joe. Here's Zanetti, then Djokovic. Initially outmaneuvered by Conte. And the free kick going Juve's way. Frustration for Yuri Djokovic. The hero back in January when the teams met. Is that role going to fall to Del Piero today? Would have done if he tucked that penalty kick away. Simeone. Slipped by Zamorano, but it's led in Ronaldo. Tight kick there by Birandelli. I mean, he's come up against the highest class of defending, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. I think Juventus are a super side, and they work very, very hard together. They work very narrow as a back three as they're playing today. Normally play as a floor, but with Inter just playing with the one up front, they're playing with the back three today, and they've really got that off the pat as well. Very tough team to break down.
Inter have failed again here to break Juve apart. Zidane to Pasotto. He's had a fine match. Pasotto, another man who has to fight for a regular place in this team.
He's done a great job. Done a great job. He's actually taken out one of the most super players in Italian football at the moment in Modiero. He's marked him out the game, and he's had him taken off the field. So he's done his job this afternoon. Pasotto had a super match.
Another contender for a World Cup place with the Italians. Pasotto, he featured in the playoff games against the Russians, but not since. Well, he has been injured. That's Djokovic. Zamorano will challenge for this one. So did Simeone. It won't count.
No argument from Simeone. No argument at all. I think Zamorano just aims for Peruzzi to take him out the game. And yeah, Simeone did score, but the referee got that right. It's a deep ball. I've got to say, Juventus didn't really protect Peruzzi very well.
No, I don't think you can argue with that decision. Zamorano ran straight into Peruzzi. A worrying moment nonetheless for Juve. They're certainly menacing the air. Simeone and Zamorano, the two South Americans. That's a great touch again by Zidane. He's had some sublime moments in this match.
The first touch of the ball was just superb. He really is a superb player, Zidane. One of those guys you can watch all day.
There's Deschamps. This is Delivio. Now Torricelli. Will he make Italy's final 22 for the World Cup? I wonder. Injuries have restricted him this season. I think most of us would pick him. Djokovic to Frezzi, breaking forward now. It was Ronaldo. He was using his arms. It is indeed a free kick to Juventus.
Yeah, Giuliano trying to creep round the outside of Ronaldo there, and Ronaldo just using his backside to turn him round, and the referee saw that right. Pecchia there looks to be coming on in the midfield. There we see Giuliano just nicking in front. Good defending. Ronaldo only seeing him at the last second. Just use his backside to shift him off the ball, and quite rightly a free kick.
Pecchia, who of course came on for Zidane last week and scored the winning goal against Empoli. But this time it's Davids who is going off. How hard he has worked for Juventus today.
Yeah, they really do have this off to pat now, Juventus. They all work so very, very hard. Pecchia, another player coming on, and this fella really does work also. Napoli last year scored loads of goals for them as well from that midfield section, so we wonder whether he can pop up and get the second for Juventus.
Only 4 starts in Serie A for Pecchia this season, but he's a very important member of the squad. As he underlined last week.
Yeah, I think when you're taking part in so many games as a side such as Juventus will, you're going to need these players.
This is Ronaldo! Look at Djorkaeff too. The 6-yard box, he might have serviced him, but then, well, when you can finish like Ronaldo, you'd expect him to go it alone, but you'd also expect him to hit the target from here.
Yeah, I don't think any one of his teammates would have expected him to pass here, and he does miscue there. Just a miss. Peruzzi happy to see that flash by. You just see the left foot there of Djorkaeff coming through the 6-yard box. I thought he did the right thing in having a bash anyway.
Juventus, one of only 3 Serie A clubs he's yet to score against this season, Ronaldo. First, of course, in Italy. Off goes Del Piero. West is with him. And he's failed to pull it back to Zidane, who's lurking in the middle. Off goes Zamorano. Tidy work at the back from Pirandelli. This is Torricelli. What do the 10 men of Inter have left in the locker? Delivio. He's covered so much ground, Delivio.
That's intelligent play as well.
On by Pecchia to Pasotto. Pecchia. Here's Zidane. Comes up to control. Delivio. Zanetti had shut the door there. Fabio Pecchia, former Napoli man. Well here, still Pecchia, precious man on the field. Being waved off by the referee's assistant. Del Piero seemed to slip in the middle.
Yes, he did, and just as he slipped, Pecchia's head had gone down to play the ball, and unfortunately he didn't see Del Piero slip and overhit the cross, but that was a good passage of play from Juventus, keeping possession of the ball, making the 10 men of Inter work very hard to get it back.
Zidane. We've seen Pasotto's run. The let off then for Inter. Off goes Benoit Coe. He would have been in full flow until checked by Pecchia. Inter's free kick. The game is running away from them. A game they really have to win, you feel.
Yellow card coming up for Pecchia. Deliberate obstruction, just running across the path there of Coe, picking up a yellow card for his efforts.
Yuri Djorkaeff hoping to pick out Zamorano. Peruzzi with a fist away. Just under 3 minutes to go. That's from harmlessly behind. Are they running out of ideas now?
Yes, I think you'll probably find Inter just get the ball forward as quick as they possibly can. Now, obviously, time is running out. And they are down to 10 men, so they want that ball in the danger zone as quick as they possibly can. So I think you'll see them go a bit route one-ish for the last period. Yes, that's a foul. That's a foul. He's used his body again, and I've got to say, though, I think Taribo West gets a little bit tight to people, and he made it easy for Del Piero to shift him.
Pasotto launching it long. This is Frazee with the back pass. Aliuka in a hurry now. Frazee again. Fall for Ronaldo. Virandelli to Zidane, outstanding in the midfield today for Juventus, the league leaders. West wanting some movement ahead of him. No one was available for him. They're looking tired now, Inter. They've run out of steam. Here goes Zidane. Superb pass, releasing Delivio, who could have clinched it then.
Yes, he could have done, and if anyone could see that pass, it was Zidane. Delivio must have made up a lot of ground to get out in the outside right position. Beautiful pass from Zidane, but the finish didn't really complement the move.
Vision for the very highest order from this man, Zinedine Zidane, tormenting Inter again.
Good play from Zanetti.
Coe. On by Simeone, that's Torricelli. It's Delivio. Offside Zidane. We're nearly into stoppage time. Crazy, he's just got to hit it long now and hope. Zamorano down for Ronaldo. Beaten away by Ferrucci.
What a save. Tremendous volley there from Ronaldo. Good play from Zamorano. Terrific hold-up play. And there was Ronaldo blasting it full on the volley, and a tremendous save from Peruzzi.
Up goes Zamorano again. 6 minutes of injury time to be added on. Still Inter hoping. Zamorano! See again to flip it away.
My word, they're giving it the gun, aren't they? With 6 minutes to go, 6 minutes of pressure like this, then Juventus are going to have to defend very well. I thought Zamorano might have been better off just blasting this. I think it gets in the middle of his feet. That's why he can't blast it, and he just has to push it towards goal.
Ronaldo with the corner. That came off Zidane.
Not according to the referee, Peter, I don't think. Or is it? Yes, it's another corner.
Ronaldo to try again.
Pagliuca's up.
And there is Pagliuca.
Even he's diving for a penalty. Good grief, what's happening this afternoon? It's all going on.
Real drama here, though, right at the last. Can Inter claw their way back? Zanetti. That was Conte. Then Delivio away. Desperate clearance by Juventus. Inter are pinning them back here. Zanetti's throw to Jocko. Hit that with his fellow countryman to the Deschamps.
I think he's been absolutely brilliant this afternoon, Deschamps. Brilliant.
This is Pecchia. Del Piero is far post.
Look who's defending against him. Ronaldo.
Derivo West. Brought down surely. The kick taken very quickly by Ronaldo. Crazy. Giuliano defending against Derivo West.
Yeah, that back three have been absolutely fantastic, and also Birindelli that's come back in now.
Crazy's long throw.
And Pesotto giving it a right old Alja father out of the box. What a clearance that was.
Del Piero bundling into Colonnesi. Here's Pagliuca then with the kick. Launched by the captain towards Zamorano. Now Del Piero, now Colonnesi with a foot in first. Stopped by Torricelli, he's got away with it. Del Piero, it's only Colonnesi against him for the moment. Here is Del Piero.
What a linesman is as well. Even he's coming on the pitch now, the linesman.
I thought he was going to tackle him for a moment.
Oh, what a header.
Conte. Now by Crazy, he rips away the left side of Pecchia. And Juventus can take a breather.
Yes, they can, and they'll be grateful for that as well, Peter, because that's been constant pressure from Inter for the last couple of minutes, and good pressure, really putting them under the cosh.
On by Pesotto to Zidane, who's offside. Can he finish it here? Zidane. Offers Del Piero. And Colonnese to whack it away. Only as far as Pecchia.
He looked a mile offside, Zidane, didn't he? Good refereeing.
Zidane. Delivio. And a save by Kaliuka.
Brilliant. What a great game. It's had everything, this game.
Pasotto. Still it isn't finished. Pasotto again. Pecchia. It's Coe. That's Frezzi. On to Simeone. Can't find Ronaldo.
Yeah, good defending there from Giuliano. Giving it the old Timpsons. Get it out of there. No nonsense defending. That's what it's all about. When you want defenders to defend properly, that's what the game's all around.
Well, it was always going to be an absorbing contest, and it's been exactly that from start to finish. So much drama, controversy. We've had it all, but now it's Ronaldo! And the roar of relief from the Juve fans around the stadium sums up Ronaldo's afternoon.
If you was an Inter supporter, there's one person you'd want that ball to fall for with or fall to with a couple of seconds to go in a game, and that's Ronaldo. Perhaps not on the left side, but he still scored great goals on his left side. Once again, Torricelli making it very, very difficult for him, and high and wide over the top there from Ronaldo. Surely that's the last little salvo that Inter can muster.
Maybe, maybe not. Free kick to Juventus. It will eat up a few more seconds for them. We're in the final minute now of the 6 added on. For injuries and various stoppages. Deschamps. Zinedine Zidane. Delivio. Zidane again. 2 options. The teammates in the box. He hasn't taken up either.
He took a liberty, didn't he? He took a liberty. He could have got that ball across the box for his teammates.
Zamorano and Pasotto together.
No one's played better than Pasotto. He's had a blinder, Pasotto.
Juve free kick. Only seconds away now.
Got involved, didn't he, Pecchia? He's only been on 10 minutes, but he really has been involved in the game.
Deschamps. They've off to Pecchia. Del Piero. Crazy trying to stay with it. Still Del Piero. Kaliuka just got his feet in the way.
There we go.
It's all over. Juventus dream of a third Scudetto in 4 years and of a first League and European Cup double is very much alive. What an afternoon. But Juventus have done it and maybe seen off Inter's sturdy challenge. Well, let's look back on the highlights on this very eventful game.
Yeah, here we see the goal coming up. Del Piero taking on Frezzi at the back on his left side. As he miskicks it, Frezzi gets a drop, but look at that for a finish. Absolutely brilliant there from Del Piero. Truly world-class footballer, this young man. That's a great goal. Terrific. Not a lot of room in which to put it in, but there you see, such craft. Inside the upright, 1-0. Here we see Ronaldo on the burst. My word, what a run.